Have you ever wondered why a simple glass of golden milk could hold more healing power than the most expensive treatments money can buy? Picture this. You're sitting in your kitchen at dawn, watching the steam rise from a warm cup cradled in your hands. Your joints ache from decades of life well lived. Your energy isn't what it used to be, and those little health concerns keep adding up. You've tried countless remedies, spent money on treatments, yet somehow you feel like you're fighting a losing battle against time itself. What if I told you that generations before us knew something we've forgotten? Something so simple, so natural, that it sits right there in your spice cabinet, waiting to unlock healing that no amount of money can truly buy. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Our bodies are crying out for ancient wisdom in a world obsessed with modern quick fixes. Today, I'm going to share with you the sacred science behind turmeric milk, a remedy that doesn't just mask symptoms, but works from the very root of 12 common ailments that steal our vitality. By the time we're done, you'll understand exactly how your unique body responds to this golden elixir, and why timing, preparation, and your individual constitution make all the difference between ordinary milk and liquid medicine. Number 1. Understanding your body's unique language. Sarah looked in the mirror one morning and barely recognized herself. Her hands were stiff, her energy was gone by noon, and that familiar ache in her bones had become her constant companion. What she didn't know was that her body had been speaking to her in a language she'd never learned to understand. For thousands of years, ancient healers recognized something modern medicine often overlooks. We're not all built the same way, and what heals one person might not work for another. Your body tells a story through its symptoms, and learning to read that story changes everything. If you wake up with joint stiffness, feel exhausted even after rest, and notice your skin has become dry and rough, your body is speaking the language of what ancient wisdom calls vata. These are the signs of air and space elements gone out of balance, creating that restless, scattered feeling you can't quite shake. Maybe instead you struggle with heartburn, your skin breaks out more than it should at your age, and you feel irritated or overheated even in cool weather. This is your body speaking pitta, the language of fire and water, telling you that internal heat is disrupting your peace. Or perhaps you catch every cold that comes around. You feel heavy and sluggish no matter how much you sleep, and mucus seems to be a constant battle. Your body is communicating in kapha, the earth and water elements asking for balance and lightness. Here's what changes everything. Turmeric milk isn't a one-size-fits-all remedy. If your body speaks vata, that golden milk becomes your evening companion, soothing those aching joints and restless nights. If you're dealing with pitta's fire, you need just a tiny amount, like a whisper of turmeric, or it might fan the flames. And if kapha's heaviness weighs you down, that warm cup before bed becomes your secret weapon against congestion and sluggishness. The moment you start listening to your body's unique language, you stop fighting against yourself and start working with the wisdom you were born with. Number 2, the golden formula that actually works. Tom had spent thousands of dollars on supplements that promised him the world, but left him feeling exactly the same. Bottle after bottle lined his medicine cabinet, each one representing hope that faded into disappointment. Then one evening, his neighbor shared something that sounded almost too simple to believe. A recipe that had been helping families for generations, using ingredients that cost less than his morning coffee. The magic isn't in expensive bottles or fancy labels. It lives in the precise balance of nature's most powerful healers, combined in a way that your body can actually absorb and use. Picture this. Half a pinch of turmeric, so small it barely colors your fingertip, yet potent enough to ignite healing throughout your entire system. Add a tiny sprinkle of black pepper, not for taste, but because it unlocks turmeric's hidden potential, multiplying its power by 20-fold. Then comes the honey, one golden spoonful that doesn't just sweeten, but carries the healing deep into your cells. And the milk, preferably from grass-fed cows or goats, becomes the gentle vehicle that delivers this medicine exactly where your body needs it most. Within hours of drinking this simple mixture, your body begins to respond. That stubborn cough that's been keeping you awake starts to quiet. The inflammation that's been stealing your energy begins to calm. The digestive fire that's been weak and unpredictable starts to burn brighter and steadier. Margaret discovered this after fighting a cold for 3 weeks. 1 cup of properly prepared turmeric milk, and by morning her congestion had cleared, her throat felt smooth, and for the first time in weeks, she woke up feeling human again. This wasn't luck or coincidence. This was her body finally getting exactly what it had been crying out for. When you respect the ancient proportions and understand that more isn't always better, you give your body the chance to remember how to heal itself. Number 3, when your body forgets how to let go. Robert's mornings had become a source of dread. That heavy, blocked feeling that made him feel poisoned from the inside out. He tried everything the doctor suggested, bought expensive probiotics, changed his diet completely, yet his body seemed to have forgotten one of its most basic functions. What he didn't understand was that his digestive fire had grown so weak, it couldn't burn through the day's nourishment, leaving everything stuck and stagnant. This isn't just about discomfort. When your body can't eliminate properly, toxins that should leave your system start circulating back through your blood, making you feel tired, foggy, and older than your years. Your metabolism slows to a crawl, making it impossible to maintain a healthy weight no matter how carefully you eat. The ancient healers understood something we've forgotten. Constipation isn't just a digestive problem. It's a sign that your entire system has lost its rhythm. Your body becomes like a clogged drain, backing up with waste that should flow freely away. Here's where the real transformation begins. Take 1 spoonful of Triphala powder, nature's gentle broom that sweeps clean without violence or cramping. Mix it with that half pinch of turmeric and a glass of warm milk each evening before bed. This isn't just another remedy to try and forget. This is about restoring your body's natural intelligence. Linda started this routine feeling hopeless after months of irregular, painful elimination. Within 5 days, her body remembered its morning rhythm. Within 2 weeks, that heavy, sluggish feeling lifted like fog clearing from her mind. The gentle movement her body had been craving returned, and with it came energy she thought was gone forever. Add just 15 minutes of walking after dinner, and you're not just treating a symptom, you're teaching your body to trust its own wisdom again. Number 4, when your joints cry out for relief. Dorothy could barely get out of bed without wincing. Her knees felt like they were filled with broken glass, her back screamed with every movement, and her hands had become strangers, too stiff and painful to hold her grandchildren properly. The doctors had given her a laundry list of conditions: arthritis, joint degeneration, bone density loss, but no one had told her what was really happening. Her body's natural lubrication system had dried up like a riverbed in drought. This is what happens when the air and space elements in your body become excessive, creating dryness, roughness, and that grinding sensation in your joints. Every step becomes a negotiation with pain, every movement a reminder of how much your body has changed. You start avoiding activities you once loved, and slowly, without realizing it, your world gets smaller and smaller. But here's what those expensive joint supplements can't give you: a combination that works with your body's deepest wisdom instead of against it. Arjuna bark has been protecting hearts and strengthening circulation for thousands of years. When you add 1 gram to your evening milk along with that precious half pinch of turmeric, something profound happens. The nutrients flow directly to your joints, carrying healing where you need it most. Then add 1 drop of genuine shilajit, that black gold from the mountains that contains minerals your bones have been starving for. This isn't just another supplement. This is concentrated earth energy, exactly what your depleted joints need to rebuild their strength and flexibility. Frank started this ritual feeling like his active days were over. His golf game had suffered, his garden had been neglected, and even simple household tasks left him exhausted and hurting. After just 1 week of this nightly medicine, he woke up to discover he could bend his knees without that sharp catch. After 2 weeks, he was back in his garden, hands working soil without pain for the first time in years. Your joints don't have to be your limitation. They can become your gateway back to the life you thought you'd lost. Number 5, reclaiming your inner fire. David sat in his doctor's office feeling embarrassed and defeated. At 65, he felt more tired than his 85-year-old father, struggled with motivation that used to come naturally, and felt like he was running on empty no matter how much he slept. The doctor talked about normal aging, but David knew this wasn't normal. Something essential had been drained from his system, leaving him feeling like a shadow of the man he used to be. This isn't just about getting older. This is about what happens when years of stress, poor sleep, and life's demands deplete your body's most vital reserves. Your hormones become unbalanced, your energy production shuts down, and that inner strength that used to carry you through anything starts to flicker like a candle in the wind. Modern life doesn't just age us, it exhausts our deepest resources. Late nights staring at screens, constant worry, and habits that seemed harmless in youth all take their toll on the very systems that maintain your vitality. Your body starts producing stress hormones instead of strength hormones, leaving you feeling weak, irritable, and disconnected from your own power. But there's an ancient secret that can reignite that inner fire. 2 soft dates soaked in warm milk with half a pinch of turmeric becomes more than just a bedtime drink. The dates provide natural sugars that don't spike your blood but feed your depleted adrenal glands. The milk delivers amino acids your body needs to rebuild strength from the inside out. Richard discovered this when his wife suggested he try something her grandmother used to give her grandfather. Within a week, he was waking up before his alarm, feeling rested instead of drained. After a month, that old spark in his eyes had returned, and he was tackling projects around the house with enthusiasm he thought was gone forever. If you're dealing with pitta constitution, use just 1 date instead of 2, but don't skip this ritual. Your inner fire is counting on you to feed it properly. Number 6, growing new hope from the roots. Martha watched clumps of hair swirl down the shower drain and felt something break inside her chest. Every morning, her brush held more hair than her head seemed to. Her reflection showed scalp where thick waves used to frame her face, and she started avoiding social gatherings, feeling like everyone was staring at what was missing instead of seeing who she still was. Hair loss isn't just about vanity or appearance. It's about losing a part of your identity, watching your body change in ways that feel beyond your control. For men, that receding hairline becomes a daily reminder of time passing. For women, thinning hair feels like losing femininity itself. But what most people don't understand is that hair loss is often your scalp crying out for proper nourishment from the inside. Your hair follicles are like tiny gardens that need specific nutrients to produce strong, healthy growth. When your circulation becomes sluggish, when your body lacks the right minerals, or when stress hormones flood your system, those follicles go dormant, waiting for the right conditions to wake up again. Here's where hope lives. Every other evening, mix half a teaspoon of amla powder with that half pinch of turmeric in warm milk. Amla contains more vitamin C than 20 oranges, plus minerals your hair follicles have been starving for. This isn't just about stopping hair loss. It's about creating the perfect environment for new growth to begin. But the real magic happens when you add Balyam to your morning routine. For just 5 minutes, twice a day, rub your fingernails together with focused attention and positive intention. This ancient practice increases blood flow to your scalp, awakening dormant follicles and encouraging them to produce stronger, thicker hair. Janet started this practice feeling hopeless about her thinning crown. After 3 months, she noticed tiny new hairs appearing along her hairline. After 6 months, those baby hairs had grown into visible coverage. After a year, her hairdresser asked what miracle treatment she'd discovered, because her hair was thicker and stronger than it had been in decades. With patience and consistency, your scalp remembers how to grow the crown you deserve. Here we are at the end of our journey together, and I hope you're feeling something I felt when I first learned these truths. That healing doesn't have to be complicated or expensive to be profound. That golden cup of turmeric milk sitting in your kitchen right now isn't just a drink. It's a bridge between ancient wisdom and your body's deepest needs. You've learned to listen to your body's unique language, whether it speaks in the stiffness of vata, the heat of pitta, or the heaviness of kapha. You've discovered that the right remedy at the right time can unlock healing that no amount of money can buy. Most importantly, you've been reminded that you have more power over your well-being than you might have believed. Think about where you were when we started this conversation. Maybe you were feeling defeated by symptoms that seemed unstoppable. Maybe you'd given up hope that anything natural could really make a difference. Now you have 6 specific pathways to reclaim your vitality, each one tested by thousands of years and countless lives transformed. Your joints don't have to define your limitations. Your energy doesn't have to fade with each passing year. Your hair, your digestion, your strength, they're all waiting for you to give them what they've been asking for. Which of these remedies called out to you most strongly today? Was it the promise of pain-free mornings, or the hope of growing new hair, or perhaps the simple relief of a body that works the way it should? If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Share which remedy you're most excited to try. And if you know someone who's been struggling with any of these challenges, please share this with them. Sometimes the most generous thing we can do is pass along hope. Until we meet again, remember that every evening offers a new chance to nurture yourself back to health, one golden cup at a time.